Have you ever looked into a mirror and felt that the person staring back at you was a complete stranger? We have all witnessed the grand explosions in the world of fame. A star standing at the zenith of their career, an icon of perfection, suddenly begins to dismantle their own reality. They leak a scandal, they reveal their hidden shadows, they walk away from the very thing millions are dying to possess. The media call it a tragedy, the headlines call it self-destruction, but through the lens of psychology, I see something entirely different. I see a prison break. When an artist or any one of us, for the matter, reaches a certain pinnacle, they aren't just given love, they are gifted a crown lined with chains. Today, over this cup of tea, we aren't here to judge the mistake. We are here to talk about the rebellion of the self. Why is it that when we are loved the most, we sometimes find ourselves craving the courage to be hated? In psychology, there is a concept known as enmeshment. It is a subtle, insidious trap. Imagine you and your partner, or you and your audience, dissolving into one another. There is no longer a boundaries where I end and you begin. Initially, this fusion feels intoxicating. It's like a warm, velvet-lined cocoon. People shower you with adoration. They project their desires onto you. You are sacred, you are perfect, you are the inspiration. But then the cocoon hardens, it becomes a cage. You are no longer allowed to be sad because they are addicted to your smile. You are no longer allowed to be flawed because you are their benchmark for purity. When you are stripped of the right to be a human, being made of blood, bone, and messy contradictions, your spirit begins to atrophy. The toxicity here isn't found in hatred, it's found in love, so possessive it becomes suffocation. The artist begins to feel like a puppet manipulated by millions of invisible strings, and when a soul is cornered into total erasure, the only remaining instinct for survival is combustion. Perhaps this is the hardest truth to swallow. Why do people cheat instead of living? Why do idols choose scandal over a graceful exit? The renowned therapist Ep13 Perel once said something that has haunted me. Infidelity is often not an act of looking for a new person, but an act of looking for a new version of yourself. Destructions in this context is a radical act of rebirth. When you cannot access a relationship through words, you access it through actions. A scandal is, in essence, a violent declaration of independence. When a star does something unforgivable, they are performing a ritual of self-exorcism. They are telling the crowd, I am not your plaything. This isn't madness. It is a desperate, clawing struggle to reclaim sovereignty from the hand of the public. It is a steep price to pay for one breath of air, for one moment of being you, unvarnished and unowned. They would rather be just and broken than continue to play a role that no longer fits their skin. So, is it possible to love without possessions, to admire without needing to define? The answer lies in differentiations. This is a peak of psychological maturity. The most sustainable relationships aren't those where two people melt into one, but where two people stand side by side, choose separate gardens under the same vast sky. The artist who masters differentiations is the one brave enough to tell their audience, I love you, but I do not belong to you. They guard a piece of their inner world, a secret garden where they are not the idol, not the mirror, and not the projections. They are just themselves with their own grief, their own questions, and their own unpredictable evolutions. They never have to burn their careers down because they never allowed their sense of self to be swallowed in the first place. If you are listening to this and feeling the urge to burn everything to the ground, your job, your relationships, or the carefully curated persona you have spent years building, pause. Don't set the house on fire just yet. Ask yourself, what is it that actually suffocating me? Sometimes we don't need to leave the person, we only need to leave the version of ourselves we have become because of them. We are so afraid of being abandoned that we imprison ourselves. We are so afraid of disappointing others that we become slaves to their expectations. But remember, true freedom is not found in running away. It is found in having the audacity to say no when the world demands your yes. Love, whether from one person or a million, is only worth it when it grants you the grace to be human, even when you are broken, especially when you are broken. Thank you for sitting with me. I'm Mallorie, and I'll see you in the next episode where we will continue to untangle the things we are too afraid to say out loud.